Hello, everyone. Hi, how are you? Hello, if you can hear me, give me a hello. It's great to see all of you today. All right, so if you can hear me, please go ahead and type where you're from in the chat. I'd love to know where you're from. My name is teacher or tutor Greg. It's nice to see all of you. It's great. Let's see, can anyone hear me today? Let's see, I'm seeing some movement in the chat here. I'm seeing some hellos. All right, tell me where you're from. I would like to know where you're from. Brazil, wonderful. Hello from Brazil. Hello, Sri Lanka. Hello, Saudi Arabia. Hello from London, wonderful. All right, it's so great to see everybody. All right, Vietnam, hello from Vietnam. Hello, Pakistan. Hello, Turkey. Hello from Nepal. All right, excellent. Hello from India. Hello, Syria. Hello, Chile. Hello, Pakistan again. Hello. Hello, Bangladesh. Hello, Sudan. All right, wonderful. Hello, Algeria. Oh, it's so great to see everybody. Hello, how are you all? I hope you're ready to learn some English today. I'm excited for our lesson. Oh yes, I see from the full moon. Yes, there was a full moon yesterday. Let's see. Oh, hello from Oman. Hello Nepal. All right, hello Iraq. Hello Jordan. Great, it's wonderful to see you all. Okay, so my name is Tutor Greg. I am from the United States. Specifically, I am from Denver. So if anyone has heard of Denver before, it is a mountainous state in the United States. So I am very excited to be here today with you. Yesterday in America, it was Halloween, so there was lots of spooky things going on, and people, giving out candy and dressing up for in costumes. So if anyone celebrated Halloween, that's great. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. All right, so today we are going to talk about ellipsis and substitution. Okay. So ellipsis and substitution. So this is a form of writing or speaking that we do very, very often in English. So an ellipsis, when we talk about ellipsis, we're using this, it is leaving a word or phrase out of a sentence without changing the meaning. Okay? So this is leaving a word or a phrase out of a sentence without changing the meaning. Okay, and before I continue, I want to let you know, if you've missed any part of the video, or if you cannot finish the whole video, this will be recorded and placed directly onto the Cambly YouTube channel. So if you miss any portion or you want to go back and re-watch any portion of the video, you can do so on the Cambly YouTube channel. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. So when we're leaving a word or phrase out of a sentence without changing the meaning, and that's very important, we cannot change the meaning of the sentence when we're making an ellipsis, okay? So we also have substitution, which is very similar. So we have substitution is replacing a word, phrase, or clause to avoid repetition. Okay? So replacing a word, phrase, or clause. So our substitution, we are leaving out the word, phrase, or clause. But in substitution, we are replacing the word, phrase, or clause. Okay, so, and I'm seeing in the chat when we're talking about phrase. So a phrase is something that we say like a quick verb phrase, like, shut the door, or something, a quick little phrase that we're going to say like, piece of cake. So that is a phrase that we will use. So that is just to let you know for phrase, we'll go over many examples of phrases. So let's see if we can't, we'll move a little bit closer then if we cannot see. All right. Excellent. I hope this is a little bit better. Can we see a little bit easier now? Perfect. Okay, so we'll continue, and this will become a little bit more understanding when we actually get into some examples. So why do we use substitution and ellipsis? Why do we use those? Well, one specific reason is to avoid repetition. Okay, we want to avoid repeating ourselves when we're speaking. Because we can do that, we lower the number of words that we actually have to say. So if you lower the number of words, it's easier to speak, easier to understand. So we also avoid confusion. Okay, so we avoid repetition. That helps lower the number of words, which helps avoid confusion. So these are the reasons why we use our ellipsis and our substitution, okay? To avoid all of these problems that can happen when we repeat. So let's look at some examples. So our first way that we use ellipsis, we'll start with ellipsis. The first way we use ellipsis is when repeating a subject or a subject plus an auxiliary verb. Okay, so the first way we use ellipsis is when repeating a subject or a subject plus auxiliary verb. So let's take a look at an example. So if I have a sentence, she read a book and she did the dishes. Okay, she read a book and she did the dishes. So we can see repeating a subject. So our subject here is she, okay? So she. So in an ellipsis, we can leave off the word. We can take out our second she, and we can remove it, okay? So our sentence becomes, she read a book and did the dishes, okay? So we have had an ellipsis here. We have left out the she. She read a book and she did the dishes. We don't need that she. We just have she read a book and did the dishes. Excellent. Does everyone see that? Good. We have left out a repeating subject. Our subject she is gone. Okay. So let's take a look at our next example. I could go out or I could stay in. I could go out or I could stay in. Okay, so here we have another repetition. Okay, we have a subject plus an auxiliary verb here. Subject plus auxiliary verb. Our subject is I. Our auxiliary verb is could. So, in an ellipsis, we can get rid of this whole part of the sentence. And it becomes, I could go out or stay in. I could go out or stay in. And that makes it easier for us, okay? We don't have to say I could twice, okay? I could go out or stay in. Excellent. All right, so that is another example of a repeating subject plus auxiliary verb that we remove. All right, now let's try another example. But I want you to help me with this example, okay? So the first sentence is, he wanted ice cream, but he didn't have money. He wanted ice cream, but he didn't have money. What do we want to take out here? We have too many words. How can we shorten this sentence? How can we use an ellipsis here? Go ahead and type in the chat. What do you think we need to do? Do we have a repeating subject? A repeating subject plus auxiliary verb? All right, excellent. I'm seeing in the chat a couple of answers. Perfect. He. Good, he. We can remove this he, and we can take that out. Excellent. I'm seeing subject repeated. Subject he. Excellent. We can say he wanted ice cream but didn't have money. He wanted ice cream but didn't have money. Excellent. You all caught that repeating subject. Good. Very good. Okay. So let's move on to our second use of ellipsis. Okay, our second use of ellipsis. We have when repeating a verb phrase or an adjective. Okay, when repeating a verb phrase or adjective. So before we had a question about what is a verb phrase. Well, here is an example. Okay, here's an example of a verb phrase that has been repeating. You can climb the mountain, but I can't climb the mountain. Okay? You can climb the mountain, but I can't climb the mountain. So here we have a repeating verb phrase. Okay? A repeating verb phrase being climb the mountain. Climb the mountain. That's a repeating verb phrase. We have it twice here. But we don't need that. We can go ahead and remove our verb phrase, climb the mountain, and it becomes, you can climb the mountain, but I can't. You can climb the mountain, but I can't. We take that entire repeating verb phrase out. Okay, we take it out of the sentence. It makes it much easier because your listener or your reader knows that you're saying climb the mountain, right? You can put that in your head and say, you can climb the mountain, but I can't. We know that you're talking about can't climb the mountain. Very good, very good. Okay, let's continue. So, if I have this sentence, the old game is the best. The new game isn't the best. Okay? The old game is the best. The new game isn't the best. All right. So this means that we have a repeating adjective. A repeating adjective here. The best. Okay? The best. So we can remove that second the best. Whoop. Get a little cross in there. Whoop, whoop. All right, we can remove that. So it becomes the old game is the best. The new game isn't. Okay, the old game is the best, but the new game isn't. Oh, yes, I see the do we need the but here? Yes, we do. And that is a teacher error. All right, the old game is the best, but the new game isn't. All right, the old game is the best, but the new game isn't. You can have the but, or you cannot have the but. That is a choice of the speaker. Okay, that's a choice of the speaker, whether you want but or not but. Because you can say the old game is the best, the new game isn't. The old game is the best, but the new game isn't. That is just a choice of how you are trying to speak. Very good notice there though. Excellent. Okay, so here, once again, right, we had the adjective the best being removed from our sentence. And finishing with the new game isn't. Excellent. All right, now let's go ahead. And this one I want you to help me with again, okay? I want you to help me again. So, my boss will call you tomorrow. I won't call you tomorrow. My new boss will call you tomorrow. I won't call you tomorrow. So, we have an ellipsis here, and I'll give you a hint. It's either a repeating of verb phrase or adjective. What are we repeating here? What are we repeating here? My boss will call you tomorrow. I won't call you tomorrow. What can we remove from the sentence, but make sure that it doesn't change the meaning? Good, good. All right. Without changing the meaning, what can we remove? Very good. Remove call you tomorrow, call you tomorrow. Excellent. Very, very good. Okay. So we're removing call you tomorrow. This is a verb phrase, okay? Call you tomorrow is a verb phrase and repeat it. So the sentence becomes, my boss will call you tomorrow, I won't. My boss will call you tomorrow, I won't. Or we can say, but I won't. Either one. My boss will call you tomorrow, but I won't. My boss will call you tomorrow, I won't. We're removing that verb phrase. Okay, we're removing the verb phrase here. Very good, very good. Excellent. All right, now let's move on to our third example. Okay, so we have, actually, before we move on, we're going to have one quick note. So when we use do, does, did, or didn't, when the verb is in the present or the past simple. Okay? So if it's in the present or past simple, we're going to use do, does, or did. Okay? Do, does, or did. So let's look at an example here. I think examples are the best way to understand. So they liked it, but I didn't like it. Okay. They liked it, but I didn't like it. So here we have the past simple, liked, and we can change that to they liked it, but I didn't. We can drop the second like it and just have they liked it, but I didn't. Very good. So we're using a repeated verb, and because we have do, does, or did with the present or past simple. Good, very good. Okay, let's try that again. Let's see. He cut the grass. You didn't cut the grass. He cut the grass. You didn't cut the grass. Good. Good. It's excellent. So we have do, does, or did, right? We have the past simple, and we can change this whole sentence to he cut the grass, but you didn't. He cut the grass, but you didn't, or you didn't. Excellent. Very good. Okay, so let's move on to our last example of ellipsis. Okay, our last example of ellipsis. We have when repeating a verb phrase after an infinitive. Okay, after an infinitive. And as you remember, an infinitive, right, is a verb with the article to afterwards. Okay, so let's look at our sentence here. I shouldn't stay up late, but I want to stay up late. I shouldn't stay up late, but I want to stay up late. Okay, so in this sentence, we can remove the verb phrase, but leave the infinitive. So that sentence becomes, I shouldn't stay up late, but I want to. I shouldn't stay up late, but I want to. So notice here we have want to, the infinitive, want to. Okay? So we leave this infinitive at the end of the sentence. So this is a full sentence. I shouldn't stay up late, but I want to. Okay? So leaving that extra part off works in an ellipsis. I know most of the time we wouldn't leave a sentence with to, but during an ellipsis, we can. I shouldn't stay up late, but I want to. Because we know that we're talking about staying up late. So that sentence in your head continues on and you understand it. Very good, very good. Okay, let's get another example of this. All right. I brought an umbrella, but I didn't need to bring an umbrella. I brought an umbrella, but I didn't need to bring an umbrella. Okay, so here we have a repeating verb phrase again. Where is our infinitive here? Where is our infinitive? What can we do? Ooh, excellent. I'm seeing, but I did not need to. But I did not need to. Very, very good. Excellent. Okay, so that sentence becomes, I brought an umbrella, but I didn't need to. But I didn't need to. See there, we have that repeating verb phrase, and we stop it at the infinitive. Excellent. Excellent. Very good. I brought an umbrella, but I didn't need to. So remember, when we're using these ellipses, right, they're going to help us with repeating. But it's very, very important that you know you're not changing the meaning. Okay? You cannot change the meaning of the sentence. It has to be something that you know what's still happening in your sentence. And a lot of these ellipses we're going to use in our everyday speaking. Okay? When we're just talking with people, we'll use an ellipsis all of the time. But it's important to know why are we using it and how. So very good. So this is an ellipsis. Okay? Now let's go ahead and take a look at substitution. So these are often taught together, ellipsis and substitution, because they have a very similar function. So here, once again, to repeat, we're replacing a word or phrase or clause to avoid repetition. So ellipsis, take it out. Substitution, putting a new one in. Okay, so let's look at our different types of substitutions. So we have our first type of substitution is going to be an indefinite qualifying pronoun. Okay, indefinite qualifying pronoun. That's a big fancy way to say a lot of these words right over here. So we're going to be using these words, substituting them in the sentence. Okay, so these are all indefinite qualifying pronouns. You don't have to know all of them, but I thought it might be nice to get an example of quite a few indefinite qualifying pronouns. These are not all of them, but they are a good list to start with. So let's start with looking at an indefinite qualifying pronoun placed into our sentence. So our sentence is, that is a big cake. I will have a piece of cake. That is a big cake. I will have a piece of cake. So here, in this sentence, there's nothing to leave out. Because I can't say, that's a big piece of cake. I will have. I will have. It doesn't quite work. So what we can change is, we can add in an indefinite qualifying pronoun, some. Okay? That is a big cake. I'll have some. That is a big cake. I'll have some. Good. So see how the sentence changed here. That is a big cake. I will have a piece of cake. We can take out a piece of cake and we can add in the word some. And that changes it doesn't change the meaning of our sentence at all, but it makes it so we don't have to repeat a piece of cake. Okay, let's continue on. Let's look at another example. You can have option 1 or option 2. I will take option 1 or option 2. So this is a conversation. You can have option 1 or option 2. And you repeat, I will take option 1 or option 2. So that's a lot of words to say. But what we can do is we can take an indefinite qualifying pronoun, specifically the pronoun either, and we can place it into the sentence. Okay. It becomes, you can have option 1 or option 2. I will take either. I will take either option 1 or option 2. So I see in the chat we can say either one. We can say either one, or we could just say I'll take either. Or we can say I'll have the first option. So there's definitely different ways that we can say this sentence. But if we're going to include a substitution of a definite qualifying pronoun, we're just going to say I'll take either. Or I see in this chat we have someone say I'll take both. You can take both as well. That means, I don't want just one, I want both. That's a choice that you can make as the speaker. Okay, so we're going to use these indefinite qualifying pronouns though to remove this repetition. Okay, so I know that this one's a little bit more difficult, but we're removing the repetition, right? We don't need to say option 1 or option 2 again. Okay, we can just say one indefinite qualifying pronoun, either, both, right? Neither, I don't want either one of them. Okay, so that's what we can say. We could also say, I see in the chat, any. Yes, we could say, I'll take any. Okay, that's just a choice that you have to make as the speaker, okay, or the writer. You are choosing what you want. So very, very good questions. I hope that helps. Okay, so now that we move on past indefinite qualifying pronouns, we'll look at the second way we use substitution. And that is, we are substituting do. Okay, we substitute do into the sentence. Okay, so let's look at an example here. Okay, does anyone know where my wallet is? Does anyone know where my wallet is? Okay, so in this sentence, I could say, I know where your wallet is. I know where your wallet is. But we can substitute this sentence. Instead of saying, does anyone know where my wallet is? I can say, I do. Okay? Does anyone know where my wallet is? I do. So we can change the entire set. We can drop out the repeating part of where your wallet is. We can take out know where your wallet is. We can take that whole part of the sentence out. And can we replace it with do? Okay? Does anyone know where your wallet is? Does anyone know where my wallet is? I do. I do. So very good. See, we can see how it's replacing that entire part of the sentence just with do. I do. So this is another substitution. In this one, we are replacing almost an entire clause, right? We're replacing almost the entire clause. We're replacing know where my wallet is, and we're chasing it with I do. So I see in the question we have say I know. Yes, we can say I know, but we would often use I do. Okay, or we can say I don't in the negative if we don't know. So you can say either I know or I do. But this, as an example, we're using this here to substitute do. So we'll use do there. Or nope, I don't. Excellent, very good. So these are the ways that we can say this, this substitution here. So we can say no or do. They're both correct, but we're focusing here on the do part because we can use that in a lot of different ways. So very, very good. Okay, so let's look at the next sentence. I don't know a lot of people who like running, but I like running. Okay, I don't know a lot of people who like running, but I like running. Does anyone know what we can change here? What can we change? Oh, excellent. I'm seeing I do. I do. Okay, excellent. So what we want to change here is, so when we're putting in do, right, we're substituting a piece of the sentence. So we're substituting the thing that has been repeated. So what's been repeated here, right, is like running. So we can take out like running, and we can change it with, I don't know a lot of people who like running, but I do. Okay, so we know here I do like running. Okay, that's the repetition that we're changing here. Instead of saying like running again, it becomes, I don't know a lot of people who like running, but I do. So we don't want to have anything else afterwards, because we can't change that to I do like, or I do running. We just say I do, right? And then the rest of it, like running, is in our heads. We know that that's going on. So here's an example. So in our last one, we talked about no, right? But we cannot use no here, right? We have to use do. So in the last example, you made a great observation. We can say, does anyone know where my wallet is? I know, or I do. But in this one, we have to say, I don't know a lot of people who like running, but I do. We can only use do here. We can't say no, okay? Great observations, everyone. It's very, very good. Okay, so now let's take a look at one more example, okay? This is now another example of, instead of substituting do, now we can substitute the word so or the word not, okay? So or not. So let's take a look at substituting so. Does your dad go golfing a lot? Does your dad go golfing a lot? I think my dad goes golfing a lot. Does your dad go golfing a lot? I think my dad goes golfing a lot. So what we can do here is we can change this entire sentence, go golfing a lot. We can change this whole clause just to one little word. I think so. I think so. Does your dad go golfing a lot? I think so. Very good, very good. I think so. So this change, we're substituting this whole clause. My dad goes golfing a lot. We're changing all of this. Instead of having to repeat all of that, we can just say so. Does your dad go golfing a lot? I think so. So you can see here how taking all of that out makes it so much easier to go ahead and avoid confusion, avoid repetition, right? Lower the number of words. If I had to speak all of the time using no substitutions or ellipsis, I would be exhausted. So very good. Now you can see how we're changing it here. Let's look at another example of this. So I hope it is sunny today, but I think that it will not be sunny today. I hope that it is sunny today, but I think that it will not be sunny today. Okay, so in this sentence, we can substitute something out with the word not. So we can change the sentence to, I hope it is sunny today, but I think not. Very good, I'm seeing that in the chat. I hope it is sunny today, but I think not. So once again, we're substituting the repeated part of the sentence. I think it will not be sunny today. So we're taking out be sunny today. And we're repeating it, or we're changing it with, I think not. So important to know here, this so or not, it's only whether it's positive or negative, right? I hope it's sunny today, but I think not, negative. I hope it's sunny today, I think so. All right, I think it will be, right? That could be positive, but here it's negative. I don't think so. You could do that as well. Very good, very good. Okay, so let's try one more and take a look at not or so. So can you see the sign? I think I can see the sign. Can you see the sign? If I ask you, Can you see the sign? What would you say? What do you say? Good, good. I'm seeing I think so. I'm seeing yes, I can. Yes, that is one way. But yeah, for substitution, we would say I think so. I think so. Very good. Can you see the sign? I think so. Can you see the sign? I think so. Very, very good. We're substituting in that whole sentence. Excellent. Very good. I think so. Okay. So now we're going to take a look at substituting for nouns. Okay? Substituting for nouns. And you'll see this a lot. Some of you have actually already put it in the chat before. So when we're substituting for nouns, that means we're going to take one of the nouns out, and we're going to put in usually one, some, or any. Okay? This is going to be very similar to some of our indefinite qualifying pronouns, but we're changing just the noun. One, some, or any. So, as example, we have, if they have potatoes at the store, can you get me a potato? Okay? If they have potatoes at the store, can you get me a potato? So we can change this sentence, right? We can remove the noun, okay? So we have a repeating noun here. Potato, potato, okay? We can substitute this out, and we can say, if they have potatoes at the store, can you get me one? Can you get me one? Good. Or we could say some, depending on how many you want, right? So in the last sentence, we said a potato, right? So can you get me one? Very good. I'm seeing that in the chat. Excellent. Excellent. If they have a potato at the store, can you get me one? Very good. Very good. Okay, so we're substituting the noun, right? We're substituting the noun for one. Very good. Okay. So let's look at another example. Does anyone have quarters for the machine? I have quarters for the machine. Okay? Does anyone have quarters for the machine? I have quarters for the machine. So that can be changed to, does anyone have quarters for the machine? I have some. So I have some. Good. Does anyone have quarters for the machine? I have some. So we can't say any here, right? We can't say I have any. We just have to say I have some. We could say I have one. I only have one quarter we could give. That just depends on the context of your sentence. I'm seeing a lot of sums there. That's very good, okay? That's what we want, right? We have some. I have, maybe 2, 3 quarters, right? If I have 1 quarter, then I could say I have one. But here we have more than one. I have some. Very, very good. We're replacing, we're substituting, right? Quarters for the machine. Okay, we don't have to say the sentence quarters for the machine. We could just say, I have some. Very good, very good. You all seem to be very much getting this. That's excellent, very good. Okay, so here we can talk about any, okay? So do you have cell phone service? Do you have cell phone service? I don't have cell phone service. Do you have cell phone service? I don't have cell phone service. So we can change have cell phone service. We can change cell phone service, right? And we can substitute it for any, okay? The sentence becomes, do you have cell phone service? I don't have any. Very good. I'm seeing that in the chat. I don't have any. Very good. So here we're using any, okay? Because it's uncountable. All right, I can't say I have one cell phone service, right? I don't have any cell phone service. So very good. Uncountable there. So we're replacing the noun for any. Very good. Very good. Okay. So now let's go on to our last substitution. We have this and that, okay? This and that. We can substitute this and that depending on our situation. So if I have, would you like a painting? I could say, I will buy the painting right here. Would you like a painting? I could say, oh, I will buy the painting right here. So instead, we could say, would you like a painting? And I could say, I will buy this. Okay? Someone comes up to me and says, would you like a painting? I can say, I will buy this. Very good. I will buy this. Excellent. So we're substituting here a painting for this. Excellent. And remember, that's because it's close. I will buy this. Very, very good. Okay. So if we're going to look at that, all right, for our last example of that, we could say, you met her at the party. Say, yes, I met her at the party. I met her the night of the party. Okay, you met her at the party. Yes, I met her the night of the party. Okay, so we can change this. I met her the night of the party to you met her at the party. Yes, I met her that night. I met her that night. So we're changing of the party to that, right? Substituting that. You met her the night of the party? Yes, I met her that night. Very good. I'm seeing that in the chat. Excellent. I met her that night. Or I see another one. I met her that party. You could say that too. I met her that party. We would say I met her at that party. But very, very good. We can use party or night. So excellent. Okay. What we went here, so we went through all of the substitution, right? Our definite qualifying pronouns. A good example over here. We have substituting do, substituting so or not, substituting for our nouns, right? Using one, some, any, and we're substituting this and that. So what you have seen here in a lot of these examples is there is not just one way to do substitution or ellipsis, okay? Especially substitution, right? We can put in more than one word. There's multiple ways we can do this. So what we will be doing is we're going to be putting in some of these words to not change the meaning. An important thing to note about substitution is it's usually dependent on when we're having a conversation, okay? You're having a conversation with someone is when you often have your substitution, because there has to be context, right? There has to be something you're substituting for. It has to have been repeated. So, substitution ellipsis, okay? We have making sure, one more time, we're leaving a word or phrase out of a sentence without changing the meaning is our ellipsis, and we are replacing a word or phrase or clause to avoid repetition and not changing the meaning, right? And we're often using this in the context of a conversation. Excellent job today, everyone. I hope that this was helpful in your ellipsis and substitution. These are not the only ways, but they are the most common ways we use ellipsis and substitution. If you liked the lesson today, I hope that you come back. If you want lessons like this again, please come onto Cambly. We have native speakers available all times of day and night. And they are happy and eager to speak with you. You can get lessons just like this one, and you can do some practicing. You can do, whether you're a beginner or whether you are intermediate or advanced, there are so many ways to go ahead and learn English on Cambly. And there's never been a better time to learn English, right? It is a perfect time to go ahead and speak with a native speaker. I have for you a code, all right? If you like this class and you want to do more like this and you're not a part of Cambly, you can go ahead and use the code Ellipsis, okay? Ellipsis. This is 36% off 1 year using this code, Ellipsis. So, thank you so much for listening today. If you missed any part of this lesson and want to watch again, you can come back and see it on Cambly, the YouTube channel. You can watch the whole lesson and many more lessons like this. I saw a question about IELTS earlier, and there's lessons about IELTS, there's lessons about all sorts of grammar topics. So please, it was great to see all of you. Have a wonderful morning or afternoon or evening or wherever you are, and I will see you all soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.